Hi everyone, and welcome to another video with some art tips with me, Ellie. And I've come out to the west coast of Anglesey today, near the Porth Trecastell on the west coast. It's a famous surfing beach here, and we're quite close to the Garis, which is a famous burial mound here, an ancient site. But I decided I wanted to really paint sea today more than anything, and just be a little bit kind of loose about how I go about that. It's freezing out here today, and I've clambered down. I'm sitting on the rocks, and I've got some watercolors, and I'm going to do quite a quick painting. I might time lapse some of it as well. I'll just show you a little bit of, see if I can have a look around here at where we are. It's beautiful by the sea. It's not a vivid blue sky today, so the colours are a little bit washed out, but I'm going to probably intensify those, and I'll show you how to do that, talk a little bit about it. But I'm not tying myself down to anything terribly objectively accurate today. I want to have fun with this. I just want to enjoy my time outside. I've got outside after a few days after Christmas, and it's good to be out, so let's just enjoy it and be expressive. Alright, so I'm sat down now, and I put out some colours on my palette here. I brought my watercolour tin, but I've actually brought some tubes as well, because when you're painting the sea, it's a good idea to have lots of quantity of paint with you, really, especially if you want to kind of be quite loose in your handling. So I put out some different blues. I put Prussian blue, which is a really strong, vibrant blue, Payne's grey, which is a very grey kind of bluey tone, ultramarine, and some cerulean there as well. I've got a few other blues with me, but I'm just going to use those to start off with, and I'll mix them probably with some browns and a little bit of yellows as well, I think. And I'll just start off in normal time now. I've got some pot of water here and some brushes, and I'm going to use a wash brush, a thick wash brush here, which is about 1.5 inches wide, this brush, and I'm going to wet the surface of it. And really, as I said, I want to have a bit of fun with this. Sometimes you just feel that you just want to paint something to enjoy the process of painting and have a bit of a process of exploration without and enjoy that, really, rather than thinking I want to do something of this and make it a very specific, like a scene or something, which is of that's quite good for drawing practice and so on. But as far as pleasure goes, this is what I feel like doing today. Now, as I said, the colours that we have in front of us, if I just actually just show you those there today, they're actually quite dark, quite grey, not vivid, because of course it's always reflecting what's happening in the sky. But I'm kind of interested in the patterns and the colours there. So the colours that I do see, I'm going to intensify them to draw out what I see and what I find interesting. So I'm just mixing up some ultramarine there with some cobalt turquoise that's in a pan, and a little bit of brown, that's burnt sienna. And I'm not even testing that on any spare paper. I'm just going to put that straight away on there. And it being watercolour paper, I'm using a hot press watercolour paper, 300 gram weight, so that it won't buckle, and I'm just going to enjoy that kind of horizon line there, and paint and allow those paints to move out. Because I've wet the paper, it's all moving out. Those of you who follow me on social media will have seen quite a lot of seascape studies I did when I was travelling in the summer, and it was my intention to do more when I got back to Wales. So I think I'm feeling that time is right to do that. I'll just angle that up a bit, actually. It's in focus. So I'm just mixing those colours, and I'm allowing them to wash themselves around a bit. I'm going to add in some Payne's grey, but to make it look not too kind of acid on the paper, I mean a bit too sort of just like it's just come out of a tube, I'm going to add in a little bit of that brown there, and just enjoy expressing some of the ripples that I see on the surface there of the water. So, and talked a little bit about using brown with blues before when I did a sky study, but my video techniques at that point was a bit rough, so I might be doing some more of those to show you a bit more close up. So there isn't much reflective light here, but I'm just going to allow that to run. when you're working with watercolour paints, the temperature and the humidity of the climate you're working in affect it massively. So if you're working on a summer's day, it's going to dry quickly. Today, this will not dry. I'll have to take it back to my car in a wet state. So it's kind of interestingly changes the opportunities that present themselves for the painting technique that you use. Now, close down here, I'm going to use a bit more of this turquoise colour, which again is I'm making it more vivid than it actually is, but I'm still adding in some of that burnt umber, so it almost looks a sort of greeny browny colour, like a muddy colour. I'm going to paint that straight on top, and it's going to blend and merge there, so I can't entirely predict the outcome, and that's kind of what I'm looking for. I'm just really going to try and enjoy that. Now, I don't know myself how long this is going to take to be in a state that I can work on top of it without it just completely blending in some more. Let's just add some more. I'm using quite a big brush here. It's a size 10. Actually, it's not marked, but it's about size 10. And then I'm going to actually use a little bit of yellow ochre there up on the skyline. Oopsie, turn my brush that over. That's also going to blend in a bit because it's wet. That's okay. It's actually getting a little bit more vivid as the sun begins to creep out. And what you're always working with is a changing scene when you're outside, particularly this time of year. Now, since that is reflecting a little bit on the water, I'm going to take that, I'm going to mix that a little bit with the blue mix, and I'm going to speckle that on there. And just make that connection between the sky and the sea then, brought the yellow into that paint there. It's very loose, it's a sketchy, enjoyable technique really. And you can see there that actually that yellow has crept down into the water. Now I'm actually going to control that a bit by taking that off now with tissue. So I'm going to play around with that a little bit, taking that off. If you scrunch your tissue, you can actually use it as a mark maker by dabbing it off, and it makes some sort of interesting effects. On there, then I'm going to come back to the paintbrush again. Maybe I'll use a slightly smaller paintbrush now. And again, I'm mixing up Payne's Grey with the Prussian blue, which is it can dominate the whole painting, so it's a very powerful colour. And I'm going to come back on those areas now a little bit drier, and I've mixed the paint a little bit more darkly. Speckling the surface really. And I'm kind of not really even going for the rocks today. The rocks here are fabulous. It'd be lovely to come down and do some real big drawings of those on other days. I think I'll do that, but I just really want to look at the sea again. I'm going to come back to that again there. And dab the paintbrush off a little bit as well on that tissue. Go back to that, the edge of the sky there, the edge of the horizon line. I'm also going to use that similar mixture. Move the camera back slightly. Try not to tip the paper too much, otherwise it's maybe running a bit more than I want it to, and I'm actually going to add that same mixture of Payne's Grey, Burnt Umber, Prussian Blue, and add it into the sky now. This sort of nice billowy clouds of those yellows just peeking through. Still very soggy and runny, and then I'm just going to actually work with some water there down here without any paint at all. And back to that a bit, and I'll use a tissue again on this bit down here. This kind of painting you won't see really the finished effect until it's dry, and as it dries it will fade slightly, so kind of if you're happy to try that out, you can really get some nice surprises, and it's a really great way to learn what happens with the paints as well as they go through that process. And then you can work into it when it's dry as well. So you could take a photograph of the scene if you wanted to do something. I mean, in the summer when I was painting this, the painting would dry, and then as I was working it's drying out, so you can continue layering, but that's really not possible when it's this cold and damp, unless you stay here a very long time. But I don't think even if I stayed here all day it would be quite dry, so probably as much as I'll do on that one just now. So I think I'm probably going to do another one now, and I'm going to time lapse it, maybe take a slightly different view or something, so we can see that on a faster one. But have a go. See, that's taken, how long has that taken? That's taken about 11.5 minutes to do that. So it's very sketchy, very loose, and it's just a mixture of 4 different blues and brown. Actually, I didn't even use cerulean. Did I use that a bit? Not very much. And some yellow ochre. So we'll see how that dries out, and I'll post the pictures up. Have a go. Let me know how you get on. Please do like and share if you enjoy these videos, and let me know your comments and thoughts and any ideas you'd like me to tackle in the future. Thanks for watching.